Hello everyone, it's me, DoD DarthNox, and to all the doomers that were saying that we're not gonna get anything to any trailers or anything for Age of Mythology or the Heavenly Spear DLC, they have been wrong. We got this video, so I'm gonna go over it with you guys, and let's see what they're gonna tell us about the myth units that we are gonna get for Japanese.
In Age of Mythology Retold, Heavenly Spear, we wanted to bring the exciting world of Japanese mythology to life. In Japanese myth, yokai are supernatural beings of dubious nature that could be variously called demons, monsters, or spirits, although none of these terms fully capture the variety and uniqueness of these creatures. For the Heavenly Spear expansion, we tap into this rich folklore of yokai as inspiration for our Japanese myth units. Today, we're introducing the myth units available in the Archaic and Classical ages, as well as the two Japanese water myth units. Now, let's explore the rich world of many-tailed foxes.
Since this is the part 1 video, I assume that relatively soon we'll get a part 2 video where they're going to go over heroic and myth units, since today they're going over classical age myth units and archaic age myth and the water myth.
Heads on flaming wheels, and even a dangerous spider woman. Kitsune. Kitsune is the first myth unit, available in the Archaic Age to all Japanese major gods. In a cuteness contest, the Kitsune wins the gold among yokai. In Japanese mythology, Kitsune resemble foxes and are associated with intelligence. Some are servants of the goddess Inari Okami and are known for giving wisdom to pious humans. Others, like their wild counterparts, delight in mischief and pranks. Kitsune are known to shapeshift and bewitch humans, although they usually do so for good purposes, to punish the greedy, the wicked, and the boastful. In some stories, Kitsune shapeshift into beautiful women and become foxwives to unwitting men. In Heavenly Spear, the Kitsune is your initial explorer unit, appearing at the town center at the start of a match. It resembles a furry white fox with 3 fluffy tails. As this adorable critter bounds through the map, try not to be distracted. There's a game to win. But the Kitsune is more than just an explorer and furry-tailed cutie pie. Although its attacks do minimal damage, look at its cute little mouth, the Kitsune increases the movement speed of nearby friendly units. A Japanese army supported by Kitsune is capable of quickly moving into battle or retreating. As Japanese armies tend to be smaller but stronger, Kitsune can help you gain a tactical edge through speed. Inari Okami's Wisdom of 9 technology upgrades Kitsune to 9-tailed Kitsune with more hit points, greater line of sight, and a more powerful movement speed aura. It also gives your Kitsune 9 tails. That's a must-research technology in our book.
Okay, so what did we learn so far? Well, we learned that you get it like every single Japanese is going to have this myth unit, and this myth unit is going to be boosting moving speed of the rest of the units that are near it, kind of like healing does with its healing, like AoE heal, but this is an AoE speed boost. And there is a tech to upgrade the 9-tailed fox, the spirit fox, yeah, the kitsune, and then it's gonna speed boost more. And we also learned, they said it, that the Japanese army is small but like elite, strong. So they're going to be kind of like Greeks in that aspect, maybe even more elite than Greeks. Like their units are might be even more valuable. So it will be interesting to see if they're gonna have healing, because Greeks have the best units in the game, but they don't have healing, because if you could heal the Greek units, they would be so strong. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna balance that out. They're maybe not gonna be as efficient for the cost compared to Greeks, or if they're not gonna have healing, like it will be interesting to see. Uh, but that's about it for now. And you're definitely going to be able to make more kitsune. It's not going to be like kataskopos from the Greeks, where you only get one at the beginning and you can't make a new one. Because if they're gonna have a tech to research to improve them, you should be able to make more of them. I assume it's gonna be made from the temple, just like oracles can be made from the temple for Atlanteans.
It also gives your Kitsune 9 tails. Kama Itachi is available in the Classical Age to followers of Amano Azame. The Kama Itachi seems almost as cute as the Kitsune, a slinky, furry weasel running around your base. Then you notice it has giant, razor-like sickles at its front paws. In Japanese mythology, Kama Itachi arrive on dust storms or wintry winds and strike their victims with their blades. Interestingly, these attacks are never fatal, as the Kama Itachi heals the wounds as quickly as they came. This leaves the unfortunate victim a bit scratched and dazed, but otherwise fine, much as a particularly biting winter wind may do. Inspired by these stories, the Kama Itachi in Heavenly Spear is a melee unit with a Blade Whirl special ability. When activated, the Kama Itachi whirls in a dust-filled circle, inflicting damage to any units around the weasel. Unlike the Kama Itachi of myth, however, these wounds linger, causing additional damage to their victim over time. This makes the Kama Itachi a great myth unit to send into enemy formations to weaken them for subsequent attacks. Amano Azume's Wind Sickles technology enhances Kama Itachi attack.
Okay, what did you learn for Kama Itachi? It's basically going to be a Sphinx, basically. Except that it deals bleed damage instead of just straight up damage while it's spinning. So it's going to be interesting to see how much damage it's going to be dealing compared to the Sphinx, because it's basically just the Sphinx, right?
Amano Azume's Wind Sickles technology enhances Kama Itachi attack. Wanyudo. Wanyudo is available in the Classical Age to followers of Menakatatomi. The Wanyudo is one of the strangest yokai and has a backstory as unsettling as its appearance. It is a man's head trapped inside the spokes of a flaming ox wheel. What? You thought Japanese mythology was just cute foxes? This absolutely metal yokai is said to be the soul of an evil lord, condemned to constant suffering for past crimes. Roving the world, the Wanyudo has one purpose: to inflict pain on the wicked to achieve its own redemption. In Heavenly Spear, the Wanyudo is unmistakable. Its flaming wheel rotates frantically as the tongue-wagging head seeks yet another victim. When attacking, it launches a stream of fire, setting units ablaze and inflicting additional damage over time, as if seeing a flaming head in a wheel wasn't enough of a signal to stay away. Menakatatomi's Condemned Soul technology increases the damage and area effect of the Wanyudo's attack.
Okay, so this guy is going to have an attack that's basically going to be like Fafnir's attack. He's going to be dealing like flaming damage in probably a cone or something in front of him. And since it says it decreases the area, it has an area already. So it might be hitting multiple units. And if you get the upgrades, you'll be hitting even more units at once. So I think that this might be a really, really strong myth unit, since it's also classical mage myth unit. So if you get like a few of them, they might be able to just, burn down a whole front line or something. And I think they appeared somewhat fast in the like trailers, so we might see how they turn out.
An area effect of the Wanyudo's attack. Juragumo. Juragumo is available in the Classical Age to followers of Inari Okami. In Japanese mythology, the Juragumo is a spider woman with cunning intelligence who preys on foolish young men. The Juragumo, also known as the Entangling Bride, shapeshifts into a beautiful woman to lure her prey. Once the unwitting young man is in her grasp, she ensnares him in powerful silken threads and weakens him with a powerful venom. In Heavenly Spear, the Juragumo joins the Medusa as one of Age of Mythology Retold's most unsettling femme fatales. She appears as a well-dressed woman carrying a lantern, almost normal, until you notice her 8 long spider legs emerging from her back. The Jorogumo's attack is as frightening as her appearance. She grabs enemies who gets too close, and quickly spins them around in her spider legs while stabbing them full of holes. Satisfied, she then discards the unfortunate enemy as quickly as she sees them. And Narukami's deadly snare technology causes Jorogumo to inflict additional poison damage over time, reflecting the Jorogumo's venomous attack.
Okay, so normally it has a special attack that, like, I guess is gonna stun a unit in front of it and is gonna be like stun locked while it's killing it. It's gonna stun one of the enemy units and kill it, or deal a lot of damage to it while it's stunned. Kind of like Baifu's jump. You know, when the Chinese white tiger jumps, he stuns one unit and he like eats it, and he like pushes all the other units around it away. So it might be like it does a special attack, it grabs one unit and kills it. That might be interesting. It might be really too strong, and it has attack where I assume that the normal attacks are gonna have a poisonous damage, like deal extra bleed. That's might need because it's basically, if you have 3 of them, it's depending how quickly it kills it, it is like a spider layer where all 3 people stepped on it. It's gonna be interesting.
Reflecting the Jorogumo's venomous attack. Honengyo. Honengyo is a water unit available to all Japanese gods in the heroic age. In Japanese mythology, the Honengyo is a fish or amphibian-like yokai that lives in deep rivers. It has dark scales, razor-sharp dorsal fins, and mirror-like eyes. Despite its fearsome appearance, the creature is considered good luck for Japanese fishermen and an omen of a prosperous fishing season. The Honengyo may have originated through sightings of giant salamanders and is a possible inspiration for the famous Japanese movie monster Godzilla. In Heavenly Spear, the Honengyo is the first of 2 Japanese water myth units. It has a special ability that makes it an underwater battering ram, adept at taking on groups of enemy ships. When activated, the Honengyo dives beneath the surface and rapidly swims along a targeted path, damaging units above. On resurfacing at the end of its path, it launches enemy ships into the air.
Oh, that's an interesting ability. It's gonna dash through, deal damage, pop up, and knock up and deal more damage to the ships. So it might be interesting because it does a lot of AoE damage. I don't think there is a myth unit that does area of effect damage yet, so it might be interesting to see how it fares. But since most water fights end in classical age, especially Mediterranean, I'm not sure if you're gonna have that much effect on anything.
It launches enemy ships into the air. Umibozu. Umibozu is a water unit available to all Japanese gods in the Mythic Age. Okay, we said the Wanyuru was strange and unsettling, but the Umibozu is the alien-like creep hiding in the darkest corners of your worst nightmares. In Japanese mythology, the Umibozu is said to be the spirit of a drowned monk seeking vengeance. It is a mysterious giant yokai who emerges suddenly from the ocean depths to capsize ships before sinking away as quickly as it came. The Umibozu's shape varies in Japanese stories, from jellyfish-like to serpentine to an unnatural inky black humanoid with large round eyes. The latter interpretation was our inspiration in Heavenly Spear. The Umibozu is a lumbering giant whose gelatinous form is filled with speckles of stars. It can walk on both land and water, but has a special ability that allows it to transcend both mediums. Like the mythological Umibozu that appears suddenly out of the ocean, the Umibozu in Heavenly Spear can instantly teleport to any body of water. It then bursts unexpectedly from the depths and attacks the surprised sailors. I think I'll stay on land now.
Damn, that's really interesting. So in Umibozu, we saw them walking outside. and on the trailers, and we all assume that they are just a land unit, but it appears that they are a water myth unit for all Japanese, and they are also land, kind of like the sea turtle from the Chinese. It's gonna be interesting to see, like they can teleport to all water. It's gonna be interesting. Can it teleport if you don't have a vision of an area? Could it teleport there? But we'll see. If it could, that would be really, really strong. It's really interesting, the myth units. And we got the confirmation that the Japanese army is going to be like an elite fighting force. Really valuable, expensive units, right? That's what they said. And I hope that a lot of the Yokai myth units seem to have really cool abilities. For example, this guy has an interesting water ability where he dashes through and pushes all the ships. She eats one of the like puts one of the no human units into a cocoon. This guy's going to be spitting fire and burning units. Kamaitachi is going to be doing like a sphinx and making units bleed, and Kitsune is going to be speeding up stuff. It's going to be very interesting to see what the stats are on them and on the abilities. But I have high hopes for the rest of the myth units. If the classical myth units are like this, and the water myth units as well, like they have such an interesting abilities, I really wonder what they did with the heroic and mythical age myth units, because those really need to pop off, and I assume that they will. So that was my reaction to this, and I hope that we get to the next one pretty soon. But they might space it out so that we have some content until the 30th September when they are going to release the DLC. So see you guys next time.